Hey everyone, welcome to Wednesday Reflection here at Redeemer. And today I want to bring some thoughts and some conversation around Compline. Not specifically the liturgy of Compline or praying the hours or daily office, what have you, but actually our habit, our practice of streaming and broadcasting Compline services every Monday and Thursday at 8 p.m. I love online content and creating online content. A part of my ministry, my perceived ministry, especially right before entering and during seminary, was how can we have more church online? Now, the pandemic forced that into reality in a big way. Luckily, having been interested in the concept, I was ready to jump in literally at a moment's notice. I was doing Compline for the good people of Redeemer and I guess of the internet while I was still in seminary before even returning to Mississippi. And for years, we've been doing that. Originally, when I was in Swanee, we were doing it every Monday night and Friday night at 8 p.m. And then as I moved here after a few months and settling into my new schedule, we moved it from Monday to Thursday instead of Friday. And so we've been doing Monday and Thursday nights at 8 p.m. for almost 3 years. And I'm really proud of that. And for me, it's very helpful. It helps situate me into my weekly rhythm and has become a large part of my personal prayer life. Not just that I'm able to offer something for people of the church, but offer something for me to carve that time out and say, this time takes precedence over other things in my life, and I have to make myself stop and be with God. And yet, if you've noticed over the past several weeks, and really kind of the past few months, but especially since the school year started, it's been hard for me to keep up with that Monday and Thursday at 8 p.m. schedule. And that mostly has to do with just the changing realities of my family life, specifically getting my daughter to bed on time, given her after school classes and other responsibilities that many in my family, all of us in my family, have this school semester. So a year ago, Monday and Thursday nights were easy as could be. This semester in particular, Monday nights and Thursday nights are very late nights for our family, trying to get everyone fed and put to bed in a reasonable time. And as I've struggled to keep up with the 8 p.m. Monday, Thursday schedule, I've been asking myself, is this still something that we need to do? Many people have stopped streaming services since COVID started, or they're only streaming, say, their principal Sunday service. They're not doing all of these weekly things that really came out of the 2020, like March COVID isolation, lockdown stuff, because we needed stuff to do for one another because we were just all stuck at home. That's not the case anymore. It hasn't been the case for a long time, yet we here at Redeemer have kept this practice mostly because it's been comfortable and wonderful. Other times in the past when I've considered stepping back from streaming Compline at night, I've been warmed by the fact that while I might have one or zero or four people watching Compline live as it's happening, when I've gone back and looked at the analytics on YouTube, we have anywhere from 3 to 15 views per episode. That's twice a week. And if you go back, that's pretty good. The fact that we've got, a large portion of what we would consider our weekly attendance viewing online. Now, they may not watch it exactly when it happens, but within the first 24 hours, you easily see a jump to about 15 or so views. And every time I start to think, well, maybe it's time to kind of hang this up and do something different, I get wonderful, loving comments from people either in the comment section or personally reaching out to me saying, wow, Andrew, I really needed this. This was exactly the perfect quiet time I needed for my week. And so those comments kept me fueled and kept me energized and kept me doing it. But I realized that I haven't done Compline in a solid 2.5 weeks. Mostly because Thursday or Mondays and Thursdays just right now are very difficult for my weekly family life. Other days of the week are easier, but at the same time, I have other responsibilities that come up on Wednesdays and Sundays and things like that. So, here is what I'm coming out to say is that I said in my annual address, and we have said in church before, that this 2023 is going to be a year of envisioning, of seeing what we want to do as a church and what muscles we want to stretch, what muscles we want to give rest, and what muscles we want to flex a little bit. And so, how we grow and respond to the current situations of the world is a something that we need feedback from. We need perspective from. We need to step back and take a look at our actions, and then propose and execute an appropriate response to that feedback consideration. And so, I'm going to take a break from regularly scheduled Compline. That doesn't mean that I might have an easy night one night and say I'm going to hop on the internet and just do Compline, or I'm going to pass this off to somebody else who may want to host it on our YouTube page. But for me, and keeping up with my family schedule, I'm gonna pause Compline for the time being. Not to say that I'm putting it down and not to say that I'm quitting it, but that I'm taking a step back to see where more online outreach and content and liturgy at a distance, let's say, can be helpful to the community. Maybe I just pre-record the Compline sections and just have them be posted at their regularly scheduled time. I don't know. I think having it live is more helpful, but at the same time, I noticed a lot of people are ingesting the content after it's already gone live and are still replying in the comments. And so perhaps that is the answer, where I just pre-record everything and have it launch at the normal time. I want you to give me your feedback and tell me how online Compline speaks to you, whether that's it becomes a very important prayerful part of your week, or it's barely a notice of your week at all, or you like the idea that it happens, but you don't feel the need to participate or to consume. Leave those messages in the comment section right now, and I will read them, and we will chart a path forward for not only the online Compline, but other online offerings as well. Thank you for your time. This has been my Wednesday reflection. Hopefully, taking a step back from weekly Compline broadcasts, or at least putting them out differently, will not only help with my schedule, but give us all some breathing room to see why we like it, or what we like about things like that. So anyway, I hope this has spoken to you, and please put any kind of feedback or comments that you need to in the comment section. Thank you, and God bless.